Welcome, viewers, to Nürburgring GP course located here in Nürburgring, Germany. Great to have you with us as we provide you your track guide today in the Ford Mustang around this beautiful road course. Focus, determination, passion, stamina, and the will to win. The end result, the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Extreme Motorsports brings you the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, brought to you by Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment, and in part by TD's Tree Service. Live Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV and the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Today, we are at this side of the Atlantic Ocean at Snetterton in the United Kingdom. Hello, everybody. Andrew Woodhouse here, alongside Adam Bath and iRacing World Championship driver Alex Simpson. And Adam, Snetterton, it's a circuit we know very well from the touring cars, and could be a really good venue for these drivers in the Sports Car Series to battle it out.
Yeah, it's familiar for us, but I think it's going to be a trip into the unknown for many of these drivers today. Speaking to them last week after Virginia, many of them hadn't set a lap around here before, so I'm sure in this qualifying session they're using every single lap to try and get used to the circuit, and we'll see who's worked it out best over the next hour.
Yeah, and Alex, well, this is a circuit that I think suits these two cars very well.
Yeah, I think it does. I need to ask, guys, has the session just switched or something? Because I might have been booted, and if I have, I need to get loaded in very quickly.
There's still 10 minutes left of the qualifying session.
They're still going round, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, then
Yeah, we haven't been kicked.
I have been booted. So let me get reconnected very quickly. I'll just take us to the thumbnail while I do that, and then you can carry on. Sorry.
Carry on talking.
Yeah, better to get kicked now before the start of the race, I guess.
Have we got track guide?
No, I'm afraid not, because I'm too busy prepping the new overlay. Sorry, I didn't quite get enough time to do that.
We've got new graphics, obviously, to bring you here tonight, and you can see a lot of innovations in terms of that. But look at the qualifying by Aeronom so far. Adam, only 6 minutes on a course of 15, but look at that. He's a second clear at the moment, and the rest of them are going to have to be on their game.
The only driver, apart from Mike Dam, to get into the 2 minutes in practice, and the only driver so far to get into the 2 minutes in qualifying. Mike Dam's on a qualifying lap at the moment, so we'll see if he can somehow get anywhere near Aeronom's time. But yeah, Nom absolutely tearing it up in this qualifying session. In terms of the Mazdas, Brian Holmes is quickest there, and you would expect so, him being a UK and Ireland driver. Rob Hartley second, Travis Fenke third, Jim Liss fourth. Probably even with this 300 layout, it's all of a sudden become one of the longest laps of the year. Amazingly,
yeah, nearly 5 kilometers, and
yeah,
only a 13-turn course as well, which means that there are quite a few long straights. You do have the the main straight's reasonable in length, and also the what used to be Revit straight is now the Bentley straight, back of the course as well. But the main talking point, really, Adam, in this circuit has been for the last few years is after the remodelling of it. Now got that infield section as well, which does include a hairpin at Wilson, and also a almost another hairpin as well in the middle of the course.
Yeah, at Agostini, I think it is the hairpin. Then that does allow. We've now got 2 clear overtaking opportunities, haven't we? Now, so that was probably one of the pitfalls of the 200 layouts. You only had 1 overtaking spot, and that was going on to the then known as Revit Straight. So we'll get to see some of the moves happening there. In some of the other series that we've covered at this circuit, they've been pretty inventive with where they get the overtakes done. But I'm sure these drivers will be making sure they don't run each other off the road. So we'll wait and see when it comes to that. Mike Dam, has he set a qualifying lap yet? He set another invalid lap. So he's got 6 minutes to set one. But as things stand, he's going to be starting towards the back end of his class.
But yeah, he needs to be a little careful, doesn't he, Mike Dam, that he doesn't get into... the Kevin Ford, I can see, hasn't set a time either. Or Mike Monaghan hasn't either. I guess Ancinelli, likewise, hasn't set a time. So it's a key point for these drivers to make sure they don't run off the track, as Dam again goes a bit wide on his qualifying lap and just not looking particularly at home as at the minute.
Shall we go
with a bit of understeer?
We have a look at. I'll tell you about the strategy actually. Now that we've got this little bit of time while Alex gets back into the session.
We are. I am back in, by the way. So
we are back in.
Yeah, we should be okay now.
As Clint Vigus goes up the second spot with a 2:01.4. The tyres, in terms of the tyres for the Mustangs, they will be taking more than likely just the 2 tyres on the pit stop, and that is because they don't need to fill the car up, so that will save some time there. In terms of the Mazdas, they'll just take 2 left sides on their stop, and some drivers may not take tyres at all, depending where they are in the race. Moving over to the fuel.
I think you'd be fairly brave though if you didn't take any around here. That it's quite punishing, especially corners like Coram and turn 1 as well at Riches is pretty difficult.
And even the corner going on to the Bentley Straight, I think it's Williams, isn't it? Yeah, that one's pretty tough on the tyres as well. In terms of the fuel, the Mustangs will get 29 to 30 laps on 1 tank. And they're expecting the race to go about 29 to 30 laps. So the Mustangs will probably pit around 34 to 36 minutes into the race. That's 26 to 24 minutes to go. They'll only need 5.2 gallons to finish on the final pit stop, but will more likely take 6 gallons. So that's for you out there. And then for the Mazda, they'll get about 19 to 20 laps on the tank of fuel, and are expecting the race to go about 28 to 29 laps. So a short amount of fuel with about 20 minutes to go. So watch out for that as the race goes on. As Stephen Thomas puts in a brilliant qualifying lap to go up to second. Mike Dam in third, by the way.
Looking at the classes, and same time as Stephen Thomas actually for Mike Dam, Iannucci goes second, 2:01.2. But the difference is 4 seconds or so between the 2 classes, maybe 5. So got enough straights here to really allow the Mustang to stretch its legs a little bit. Good variety of corners, I think. We've pretty much got every single corner on this track, I think.
Like Dam just coming into the bomb hole here. And going through Coram, the long right-hander here, and into a reprofiled version of the final corner. Murray's, I think.
Second track of the iRacing service that has a final corner called Murray's.
Yes, Bathurst in Australia. Coming over the line then. Over the line it goes.
It does improve. He does go second with that, though. So,
go on
only
two,
a tiny bit gained, half a tenth of a second, but seen very much before that can be a key, and yeah, very important for Dam there. Distance gained on that one. 0.002
of a second. Put just between him and Dam and Iannucci. Irrelevant facts for you for the day, but Le Mans in France is twinned with Bolton in the UK.
Well, there you go. I think that would be the twin towns. Leeds is twinned with Dortmund. I do know that. Don't know about Nuneaton.
No relevant places really there.
Have you had a look?
I've had a look, but I can't remember the name. I think Roanne in France. That's one I remember because there's a ringway named after it.
What about Bedford? Because Bedford also is not only where Alex Simpson lives, but it's where iRacing is made as well. In America, that is Bedford in the United States.
Yeah, this is true. It is twinned with somewhere, but I can't remember. You'd think I'd pay attention to that sign that I drive back into the town every week, but apparently not.
There's definitely no Mulsanne Strait in Bolton. I'll tell you that.
I will find that out. By the way, it's with Bamberg in Bavaria, in Germany. There you go. That can't be too far away from the Nürburgring. That. Don't think. But there you go. It does have a successful winning as it's. Alex, how are you getting on?
Yeah, good. We're working. I got to figure it out today, haven't I? That's the thing. I think. Take note. Anyone spots any bugs or anything wrong? Let us know. You know, this is like I say, it's completely under development, and we're trying to use it. But we're back. We're live. We're showing pictures and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm just following you. I think tonight.
I've got a new overlay.
I've worked out as well that Bamberg is about 200 kilometers, maybe 150 from the Nürburgring.
Right.
Sorry, Adam.
That's okay. I was just doing a quick Wikipedia search as well for Nuneaton.
Do we have, by the way, Alex, our qualifying times working at the moment, or
we do?
What are you seeing out there? Who's going quickly? Is there anybody still going out there?
The only person who's out there right now is Kevin Ford.
Well, he needs to be out there, actually,
and that's it.
He?
He didn't even get to the finish line, did he?
Cut
him off.
Boo. Right. Okay, well, the grid.
If the new overlay works, have we got the sector times for that? Just in the future?
No, the sector times are still to come, I'm afraid.
The grid is set then. Adam, if you could take us through it.
Hey, whereabouts are we starting pretty much in the final corner, so not too much of a pace lap at all. Aeronom starts on the pole, Mike Dam, car 93, bike 93 was doing pretty well at the weekend. Mike Dam starts in second. Third is Pasquale Iannucci, just 0.002 of a second behind him. Then it's Stephen Thomas, a few hundredths back. Then it's Clint Vigas fifth, Matt Catila in sixth, Kevin Ford seventh, eighth for Russell Ruddock. And then 9th, Travis Davis, 10th, Leon Wright, 11th for Mike Monaghan, then Brandon Whitworth, Scott Brooks, the 13th fastest Mustang. Then we've got Brian Holmes, the fastest Mazda, then Rob Hartley in second, 3rd for Travis Fenke, Jim List in 4th, 5th Dave Payton, 6th Geordie Fike, 7th Joe Boyd, 8th John Allen, 9th Zachary Rubin, and 10th Jeff Jacobs, 11th Chris Torment, 12th Patrick Prevenus, 13th Michael Key, and then starting at the back, it's going to be Edgar Sancinelli. And of course, we've got live stewards for this one. We'll provide you any updates on any cars that are investigated during the race. And I'm sure they could have done with that in the iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series after seeing some of the crashes that they had on Saturday.
Looked like a handful out there, and might get to Alex. But it was looked like an exciting start to that season, and business to attend to. 1 hour around Snetterton. Any moment now, the pace car is going to pull away. And like I said, we're only going round Corham and Murray's. That is going to be start of the race. It's always fun when we go to a new circuit series, one that we've never been to before. Drivers, big test here. Right, it's not an easy one. They can do. Aeronom have the responsibility deciding when the field is going to go. Round the long right of Corham and then the sharp left. Here we go then. Pace car pulls off to the right hand side. Any second now. Gonna have the green flag here at Snetterton. Here it is. Green flag flies. Aeronom away. Didn't start by Nom, but look at Iannucci's very close into Rich's then. Fairly quick first corner. Potential for some problems. I think we're just about okay here. To Wilson. I'm just keeping the lead from Dam. It's very close. Dam's on the grass, spinner, and that is Kevin Ford is around. See what happened there. Katila is challenging with Travis Davis.
Mazdas are away, guys, as well. Brian Holmes got a good start. Everyone else looked like they were napping somewhat out there.
Oh yeah, he's
Hartley in second.
Dozed off, didn't they? Holmes with a good start. Hartley second. Frankie then in third, and Jim List in fourth. David Payton fifth, and Geordie Fike sixth though. So the top six are still where they started. It looks like Joe Boyd. Not Joe Boyd, sorry. John Allen having a look on David Payton. So Geordie Fike trying to get sixth place away from him. Not a great qualifying by John Allen, I have to say, Adam, considering where he normally is.
Yeah, definitely. Joe Boyd back at the inside, and this means that everyone in the Mazdas now is where they started. John Allen was the only person to gain a position so far, and he's quickly lost it again within the space of half a lap. There have been a few position changes in the Mustangs though, so we go through Walkers and onto the... not Walkers, I'm not hungry. Going through Corham, Aeronom coming into Murray's now to end the first lap. Him and Mike Dam as you were, same with Pasquale Iannucci. Vargas up a position already. Big gainer is TD, Travis Davis, Leon Wright and Brandon Whitworth, all gaining 3 positions in the opening lap.
Yeah, spreading out a little bit, isn't it? Vargas, who won the course last week, well, in unexpected circumstances, really.
Great race that was.
It was a good race in the end, and because when I told Alex that Vargas had won, he was surprised, and because it wasn't looking that way, Alex, for most of the race.
No, not at all. I didn't expect that, I have to say.
Helps that Nom and Dam crashed. and then one was given a penalty, weren't they? So
Nom who got a penalty.
Yeah.
I think rightly so as well. Well, I don't think it was the cleverest thing he's ever done. But nature of the close competition at the front of the race and not wanting to give an inch. Here's Schwenke having a look at Hartley. Hartley goes deep into Wilson, misses the apex. Hurt him too much. Got straight into Palmer. In case anyone's wondering, it's not named after Jolyon Palmer.
Wonder if anyone will be getting any karma through there.
Oh, maybe. Thanks, Fernando.
Later.
Here we go then. That is the hairpin at Agostini.
Now into Hamilton corner. I'm sure the fans that are sitting there, they're the best fans going through that corner.
Hashtag bless there. Now to the right-hander. Oh, mistake! Mistake by Holmes, he's off. And that's going to lose him the lead and second place. Alex, he just got wide onto the grass and There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, it can happen there, and didn't lose massive momentum, so still in and around the leaders, which is the important thing for Holmes.
Jimless doesn't look like he's bothered about trying to get past Holmes. Once again, Adam, as we've seen in the last few weeks, it's Hartley at the front, and the rest of them, well, Schwenke just has been sitting there week on week and been doing him good. Picked up a win last week.
And it was his first win of the season as well, I think, wasn't it, Travis Schwenke?
Yeah.
It was a weekend of a race meeting of firsts, with Vargas getting his first win of the season, first win back as well, and Travis Schwenke picking a win up too as the Mazdas again come down the front straight. Quite close as well, actually, as Hartley tries to keep Schwenke at bay. Hartley's last win was at Fontana Speedway. Other wins coming at Laguna and Sebring, having a little fake to the inside there to try and distract Hartley. Both of them hitting that apex going through Wilson.
It easily put off Hartley, I don't think, though. A lot of experience, Rob Hartley. Likewise, Travis Schwenke and Brian Holmes.
Kevin Ford.
Fourth.
Kevin Ford just fighting his way back through the field, disposing of Mike Monaghan, car 69. And Ford up to... Sorry, Russell Ruddock is just disposed of. Is now up into 10th position now.
Monaghan does not like that. He's got pace he's got normally out there. Brandon Whitworth's had a good start. He started in 12th. He's up to 9th. Leon Wright's gained 4 spots as well. Whitworth might get another one if Matthew Catila continues to run wide at Cora.
Dam then closing up to the back of Aero Nom. Good lap by Mike Dam. 201 dead. 201.2 by Aero Nom. So we've seen the fine margins in this series, and the gap is now down to 0.3 of a second. It definitely looks like these two are very evenly matched, and we're going to be seeing that through the rest of the race, I feel.
When aren't they evenly matched?
Yeah.
Seen them being ridiculous, haven't we, in the last few races this last season or two, and only got to look at Daytona and see how close that was. Alex, 1,000th of a second it was.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, wasn't it?
How do you see this one playing out?
Well, much the same. I mean, they're going at it straight away, pushing each other. They're not sort of resting. I think Dam is pushing hard, and I can just see
fuel saving going on here.
Yeah, I think Dam, he'll wait for the pit stop, I think, before he really tries to put something on. I don't think he's going to go for anything before then, unless the opportunity arises, of course.
Yeah. Looking at as well, you know, we have, like I say, we've got new overlay this week.
Looked good in on Sunday's race in the BSR IMSA. It helped definitely helped the viewer when it came to the different classes. And I'm sure
we've got
the same today.
Got the orange colours on there denoting the Mustangs, and we've got the blue Mazdas, so quite easy to see that.
Of course, the real-time gaps to the Bassels as well, and we'll pick up who's involved in those Bassels too. Been an overlay a long time in the making, I think.
Got to give a shout out to Pascal, haven't we, Alex, for his work on that.
Oh, absolutely. We're having a couple of little teething problems that I've spotted that we'll report to him as well. But yeah, like you say, you can see the different classes. I'm able to bring up the classes individually as well, and
lap times as well.
Yeah, lap times. You'll have seen like occasionally a driver flashes red. That's because they've had an off track or an incident. So let you know who's track limits. And seen in the qualifying, it slides in when they're in the pits as well. So there's a few other little things that we can do. Also the live battles there.
Those fairly new to style of graphics where we've got, when the lap times come up, you'll occasionally see green times or purple times. Purple means it's the fastest lap of anybody, and green is the driver's personal best lap. And we saw a few drivers with their personal best, Adam, on the previous lap. Brandon Whitworth and Ruddock and Monaghan are getting their best lap of the race so far.
They're getting used to the circuit, I reckon. They have had a few practice sessions during the week, and of course they had a 2-hour practice session today, and still they seem to be finding time out there, so good to see from them. And of course at the moment it's the current F1 overlay, but I'm sure with the new logo and stuff like that,
there'll be all sorts going on with that.
We'll be seeing a new one. We're probably getting a new intro as well, I heard in an article the other week. So
what do we think? Do we think that'll be what's the betting on it either being really good or just a mess?
I hope it's good.
It's going to be somewhere in between. I mean the graphics, that is, not necessarily. I think we're in for a great season of F1. Yeah, that's going to be back this week. Forgive us the F1 talk this week, because obviously it's off all in Australia, of course. It's time. So the practice sessions. Tell you what, gents, in one word, who is the money on, Adam?
Well, the money's on Hamilton, but
that's not one word, but it's all
Hamilton.
Right. Hamilton, oh dear. Alex?
Yeah, I'm afraid to say Hamilton.
Probably say Hamilton as well, to be honest.
But of course,
that's through
that's
gritted
different
teeth
to
slightly.
who I want to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for Daniel Ricciardo to have a go at it, a real go at it this season, but see what happens there. Yeah, Matthew Catila as well. You can see when he's in these. You see the battle. We've been the battle between him and Ford and Whitworth, but Catila preferring Alex to run slightly wider lines through some of the corners. I don't know if that's by design. Do you think, or is that just
Nom? What's going on with him? I'm seeing
disappeared.
Yeah, literally showing him on the timing as out as well.
Oh no, he's
back.
there. He's back, but he's dropped behind Mike Dam. I don't know what's happened there. There's also an incident under review, gentlemen, as well. Car 60 and car 09. That's Chris Torman and Geordie Fike. They must have had a crash.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry. Just had a quick look at it while Norm was disappeared, and it was a crash in the first corner. So I think a penalty will be handed out.
In a personal best lap coming in for David Payton, who's currently in 5th position. Like I say, one of the best things that we do have, and one of the new features that we have is, like Adam said, our little battle board there at the bottom, which shows, which does find Alex the packs organically, doesn't it? It finds the battles and it knows what to to display for us.
So the way it works is basically it's looking for people within 1 second. Once you get within 1 second, but then it won't disappear until they drop beyond 1.5 seconds of the car behind. So that should give you an idea of when it comes up, really. Yeah, the other thing as well for the drivers, when you look back, is you'll see a little slash next to your name. Now for Iannucci, it's perfect because it's like a nice little green. Lime green, which kind of works well because that's his happens to be sort of the colour of his car. But of course that is actually picked up via your iRacing, the colour that you paint your car in the default paint area of iRacing. So imagine Pat painted his green, so it picks up green. So if you want a different slash colour, go and paint it in the iRacing in the paint section, and it'll represent that colour that you want there. That's why there's a lot of white ones, because people just leave it rookie white. But yeah, if you paint it, of course you're on trading paint, so it's not going to affect anything, but it will change your slash colour on the overlay as well.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody can pick that up. We will pass that on to league admins as well, just to make sure that everybody's aware of it. But
I mean, we can override it as well, so they can get a list, and that can be a question that they can ask next season, so that they can just sort of predefine that in the data pack for next season. But yeah, the drivers can also, if they want to change it, they can change it themselves by just changing it, like the just paint the car a different colour.
Big
Brian
battle for the
Holmes
lead.
and Hartley, they're
This is for the lead in the Mazdas. I was just about to say that Kevin Ford is working his way up through the field. He's dispatched of Brandon Whitworth, and now he's dispatched of Matthew Katila. So that's Kevin Ford 2 positions in a lap, and he's up to 8th now.
Svenke's into the lead. Hartley was leading at the line. He's down to 3rd.
Yeah, it's all happened at Agostini. Hartley goes wide at Agostini, and Schwenke goes through, so gets the lead back.
All happening in the MX-5s as usual. See the MX-5 class standings are on your screen there momentarily.
I'm guessing Liss must have had a problem a few laps back because he was on the back of these guys. Now all of a sudden, yeah, he's tucked up with like Peyton and Boyd. So yeah, something must have gone on.
Or something like Peyton. Yeah, Peyton and Boyd very close together. He and Torman are very close together as well. In the Mustangs, we've still got Ford and Katila close together, with Whitworth behind them. Wright and Davis within a second.
Obviously, I'm in a apparently I think I'm in a bad mood because the stewards have come back and said that the incident involving cars 60 and 09, no further action.
Well, there you go.
I thought it was going to be a penalty.
Well, it wasn't. That doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong either.
Where's the VAR?
Yeah. When it's wonky lines for all. Track map up on the screen as well.
I was just trying to show the layout, the battles, but apparently I haven't figured that part out.
So you can see the layout there on the screen and see the long straights and tight infield section that we've got here at Snetterton.
Dom is on his way back towards Mike Dam. He was off the pace for a few laps. The gap was as big as 3 seconds. Now it's starting to come back down again. It was 2.1 at the end of the last lap. At the end of this lap, it's down to just 0.8 of a second. A fantastic lap by Nom on that previous lap. 1.3 seconds quicker than Dam. So he's coming back towards him again as just over a quarter of an hour into this one.
Yeah, interesting to see that kind of lap time difference between the two of them. 1 and a bit seconds, 1.3 seconds on the previous lap. So, what do we think that is then? Is that just Nom trying to get it out of his system a little bit, that he had an issue, or genuinely got that pace advantage? It's tell, isn't it? I mean, he was 7/10 quicker than Dam in qualifying, so it's possible. Dam hasn't looked as comfortable as what we've seen him in previous rounds, Alex, so Nom could very well have the measure of him here quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, he's come back down quite comfortably, isn't it? And purple last sector as well for him. So he's obviously absolutely going for it. You know what it's like though, when you have a little screen freeze or something like that, it just gets you back up, gets a bit between your teeth and push on, and then when that car's in front of you, it gives you really something to go for. So, and these guys seem to be so evenly matched on pace, crazy, because Dan was able to stay right there for the best part of the first stint as well, until that little I guess it was a game freeze or something that must have dropped him back there.
Yeah, sudden
rather than a connection
S-bar
problem.
surge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes without saying though, it's going to be a tight battle the next 40 minutes, Adam, and guys here going through Murray's. Got a little bit of traffic to deal with in front.
Yeah, they're just coming up now to Patrick Prevenis. Mike Dam driving in the Dam Motorsports car, Aeronom Bushfink Racing. We saw some of his teammates earlier on. James King right in the mix. And some other teammates as well.
That was very exciting, that World GT race earlier on.
Something that we learned from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, I threw a safety car before some of the drivers had crossed the start-finish line to start the race. And me and Alex had to go through it. Well, I had to go through and wave a few people back around. It wasn't for the Ricmotech.
That's been done before.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Ricmotech series, I think I would have been panicking of what was going on. But yeah, that's what happened earlier. If you want to go back and have a look at that after we've finished broadcasting this.
Yeah, if you're in the UK, you need to go to bed though. Not because some ungodly hour, although we are helped by, for the next couple of weeks, the clocks being, well, for this week and last week at least, clocks in America going back, so...
Yeah, we're only 4 hours behind.
Sorry, going
Eastern
forward.
Time. Yeah.
Sorry, so yeah, we're only 4 hours behind at the minute, which is great.
But this Sunday, we go back as well, so...
yes.
Back to 1:15 BST, and sooner or later it'll start to be getting light when we finish broadcasting.
British summertime
is a loose term because it's absolutely freezing.
That's to be starting out, Alex, with the Beast from the East 3, which isn't probably going to be quite as good a sequel as the first one.
Yeah, well, I think we've had enough of that. We're get a bit sick of it.
We're going to have a white. But by the way, we're going to have a white Easter.
Oh.
I cannot remember for the life of me when that's happened before.
Beast from the East 2 was bad enough. -1 standing in Bolton was horrendous. But what battle that's not horrendous is this battle for the lead in the Mazdas. Yep. Between Travis Schwenke, Holmes and Hartley, and they're currently in the East here in Norfolk.
Well, that's it. It's about as far east in the United Kingdom as you can actually go. So, hey, for those who don't know, it's kind of a little dumpy bit on the
middle of nowhere. Yeah,
the bottom of the country. So
there's no motorways.
No, the roads. It's one of those places where if you go, my word, Frankie onto the curb. He cut right in front of Holmes, and he was lucky, Alex, that he didn't cut in front of him and didn't misjudge that, because he could have been quarter panelled.
Very easy, and
massive jump over that curb, though, wasn't it?
Well, for the most part, the cars take it, but we've seen that a few times in sort of like the GT series that we cover, and of course the BSR series as well. You can get some, you can get some air off of that curb.
Josh Thompson, I remember, was getting air left, right, and centre off of that when we were in the rallycross cars. Yeah.
For those that are watching in North America,
pushing hard now. Sorry.
I was just going to say that the Norfolk's the equivalent of Death Valley, I think, in Nevada or
Death
California.
Valley without the 45 degrees, probably.
Apologies, everyone from Norfolk.
Yeah, no, they're getting it right. They're getting it for both barrels here, aren't they?
Lap 11. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. into the hairpin here at Agostini. Travis Schwenke continues to lead. We're not too far away from approaching the pit stop window for the Mustangs. The Mazdas will be pitting a little bit later. The last few races, the pit stop windows for the Mazda class have really separated them apart, which hasn't happened before. So I wonder if we'll see that again here today. By the way, after this one, we've got 2 race meetings to go. We've got Sonoma next week. So speaking of California, we'll be in California next week. And then we'll be ending the season as we do at Road Atlanta, where we saw a brilliant lap by Marc Genet in a F2003 Ferrari.
Very, very tenuous link indeed. That, of course, we were at Virginia last week. And there is a Norfolk in Virginia. And also, speaking of California, Alex, we've got a quite a special race coming up on Saturday for the V8 Supercars at Long Beach.
Yeah, well, that'll be an interesting one, won't it? I think. Yeah, Tech Track have to get yourself all prepped up for that one.
Buy that one.
Yeah, could go anyway.
Be a good one. It's a good circuit, Adam, and I've seen many races there over the years in IndyCar and things like that. And yeah, we'll have a little Californian leg of broadcasts, which will be good.
Yeah, some good races around Long Beach. Layouts changed a bit over the years. Formula E went there as well. I don't know if they're going there this season, but they did go there in their opening season of it.
Yeah, and that definitely used part of the F1 circuit. Did a bit of the Vegas E race on that, Alex, on that circuit, was it?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Oh,
so.
as Iannucci's getting held up by some traffic there.
Oh yeah, it's Chris Torman who got away with no penalty. Well, I think he was the one that got hit actually, but oh, Nom's back in the lead, Dam's in. So we got pit stops very early on here. 25 minutes into the race, Vigas in. Hope he hit that pit lane speed limit before he crossed that yellow cone. We saw drivers doing that in the BSR IMSA race last night, and Leon Wright and Kevin Ford also in.
Really get the jump on the rest of the field then, Mike Dam, with an early pit stop. Early though. They'll have to put a fair bit of fuel in this.
2 tyres for Mike Dam, so he's conforming to the strategy we were given. Away he goes.
Man from Canada, yeah, he's away. Back on, oh, almost crosses the white line. Could have been an unsafe exit.
Look at where Nom is. I'll bring the mini map up. Perfect timing, I think, to use it.
Do not want to go over the white line though, because that will be a stop and go, and he just about decided not to.
Story for you, was he after our country mishap last week with Robert Wickens and Canada and Britain? My dad was on the phone. Yeah, mine.
I knew he's from Canada.
My dad was on the phone to me the other day, and he said, "A shame that British driver got spun out with a few laps to go." He's Canadian.
Oh dear. Well, we can see. That's brilliant. You can see Nom, and yeah, you can see Nom on the map. And where is Mike Dam?
Yeah, just for those that don't know as well, we've highlighted area Nom. Obviously, he is the EN. Go the 3 letters if that make it any easier for Nom. But obviously, he's got the green sort of bar around him. Highlight the driver on the screen. Will he pit in? See Dam on the back straight in the blue.
He is in. Got to get it down to 55 kph, and he does, I believe. There is a bit of leeway of 1 or 2 kilometers an hour, and Nom will be the second. No, he'll be the first pit lane box. It'll be tough for him to get away.
Gotta get that one right.
Where is Dam?
Coming through Coram.
Comes.
Got traffic.
Now, Dam's pit stop was 17.2 seconds. Nom is 15, 16, 17, 18.6 seconds. He's away. Thankfully, the safety car isn't real.
It's gonna be close.
Very close. Dam, though. You can see he's got the momentum. He's going to steam past.
There he goes.
Does.
With that.
Yeah, pit stop times were so similar. 40 point total timing for the pit lane, 40.72 and 40.73 there. So
what happened with
similar.
Vigas's pit stop, Alex? Does that seem like a long one?
Vigas's was 21 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, and he was 44 seconds.
4 tyres, was he?
Total time. I can't tell you about that.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
I'm afraid it doesn't. It's pretty useful, but it's not that useful.
I'll go back and have a look. I remember back in the days when refueling was in F1, they told you how many laps the car was fueled for.
We have that information here because definitely be able to tell if John Allen was going to run out of fuel this week. Has he been in actually? By the way, or it looks like he has been in.
Vigas has.
Unsurprisingly, John Allen has been in.
No, I don't think he has.
No, he's not been in.
No, he's not. Oh, he's just had 2 accidents. It must be then because he's.
Yeah, 8 incidents so far. So
lost 2 separate lots of 10 seconds. Looks like.
Vigas did take 4 tyres, by the way. He changed all of them. Back in time there as Vigas goes past Mike Monaghan. All this means that Pasquale Iannucci leads the race. He's now into the pits along with Stephen Thomas, who put in a decent qualifying lap to put himself second on the second row of the grid. But they'll both lose the lead and second place now to Nom and Dam.
Travis Davis goes by, takes over the lead.
DD with the Extreme Motorsports backing on the car. Brandon Whitworth also has gone through as well. Same for Matt Catila and Russell Ruddock.
Iannucci's in the pits, as is Stephen Thomas.
There goes Pasquale. Where's he going? I don't know. He's probably just grabbing something. Then he gets back hold of the wheel. And it's very close for Vigus.
Close, but in front it looks like. Have a go into the hairpin. Doesn't put a tighter line for Vigus. Looking strong. But yeah, that pit stop would be interesting to see whether. Oh, Iannucci losing the Mustang there, and chance now. Big chance for Vigus to have a go. He whips right over to the left hand side. Really just trying to intimidate Iannucci off the track, it looks like.
As it gets out of the way there.
Move. Quick move in, yep.
So Jeff Jacobs, formerly a Mustang driver, gets out of the way of those two.
Not often we see Jeff down there, Alex. Lapped that early?
No, not at all. Been improving strong, quite a lot over the last season. So yeah, just I guess it must be a track that he just doesn't know very well.
Qualified particularly well, 23rd. Sorry, go on.
No, that was it really. I just when it's a new track, sometimes it just takes drivers just a little while to get up to speed, and perhaps didn't have the sort of time to practice much. But I'm sure we'll see Jeff bounce back.
Like us with our new broadcast package, but I hope you're enjoying it, everybody at home. And we'll just go for a quick break now, so see what Ricmotech has to offer. So we'll go and visit with them now. Back then to Apex Racing TV and to Ricmotech Sports Car Series. That's Alex Simpson, Adam Bath, and Adam will making a good scrap for the end of this race, especially between the Masters as usual.
Into the pits coming a few of the Mustangs now. We've had a few of the leaders in the Mazdas too while we were on the break. Hartley's been in. Also in has been John Allen. Brian Holmes in. Allen was in just before those guys, a lap before them. So once again, having a dice with destiny in terms of the fuel. We'll wait and see whether it works out for him. We've got 26 minutes to go. PD Travis Davis continues to lead. He's been out on the track now for 16 laps. So it looks like he's rolling the dice with the fuel, and so is Brandon Whitworth. Both of them leading at the moment. They've got a 15-second advantage back to Mike Damu sits in third ahead of Aaron Nom.
You know, Alex, how many times have we seen that it's pretty sensible to stay out as long as you can in the first stint?
Yeah, it's worked plenty of times. We've seen it, hasn't it? So.
Oh,
yeah.
He's all over the place. Davis doesn't look like he's enjoying those tyres, though. I must admit, it has worked. And you do put less fuel in, so you do get time in the pits.
Yeah, I can only imagine he must have fueled a bit heavier or something like that. Done something slightly different with the strategies. See what we can do. Sorry, I'm very distracted today because of obviously I'm trying to learn how to use this.
No, that's fine. Try and leave you be a little bit then.
In from the lead. And it does make sense for Travis Davis as well, because as we referred to the notes at the beginning of the show, they'll get about 29 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel. Always stays out. He was going in, but he ducks back out again, Travis Davis. So unless there's a typo in this document that we were given, the four Mustangs will get about 29 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel, and it's expected to be a 29 to 30 lap race. So surely you couldn't risk it. Brandon Whitworth's not risking it. He's come in. So Travis Davis is the only Mustang still circulating that hasn't been into the pits yet. So
either way, it'll benefit him, though.
Yeah.
It'll just mean that he can just put a splash of fuel in, spend hardly any time in the pits. What his lap time's looking like? They're 1.5 seconds slower than Mike Dam and Aaron Nom.
Oh,
but compared to the others, he's only like 3/10 slower than Thomas. Thomas is in 6th place out there, so tyres holding up fairly decently for Davis, it looks like. I mean, it didn't look like he was enjoying him a minute or two ago, but
no.
I think seems like that's rectified itself a bit.
Yeah, he looked okay going through Hamilton, but yeah, then the car was a bit out of shape going through Coco and Roscoe. That's not what they're really called. But if there was a track named that Lewis Hamilton was in, that would probably be it. But yeah, Davis has now got some of the traffic to deal with. That is Travis Schwenke that's just in front of him.
I do have to say, though, you know, there's absolutely no doubt that Alex, that Lewis Hamilton, he deserves to get corners named after him, and probably a track at some point one day. You never know, but
no, yeah,
four titles, isn't it? So
well,
exactly.
Davis. Here comes Davis. Yeah.
You
can't deny
the on top of the fence there. By the way,
can't deny the talent.
Yeah.
And yeah, if he does some silly things.
Still probably the best on the grid. Grudgingly, I'm going to admit that. Here's Davis.
He'll probably surpass the 51 wins mark this season, won't he? And I'll put him second to the great Schumacher.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get 91 wins. He's 32, 33 now, Hamilton. So he'll get to 91 wins, but definitely be second of all time.
That's a painful pit stop for Davis. I mean, he's going to drop down to 8th place behind Kevin Ford.
Yeah, slower than Dam as well. 22.4. I was busy looking at the timing screens to not see whether he took 4 tyres or not.
Stop, but drag on a bit, yeah.
I reckon it was 4 because Clint Vigus was 21.6 seconds, and yeah, I reckon that's 4 tyres.
Really going to have to push it now, then, isn't he, Davis? Should be able to have very good pace at the moment, though. Be able to keep an eye on the lap times, I think.
Well, watch that with intrigue. Leading the Mazdas is David Payton. He's yet to come in. He's been on his stint now for 17 laps. According to the notes, the Mazdas will get about 19 to 20 on a tank of fuel, so he's going to be in within a lap or so. And then it'll be Brian Holmes leading Travis Schwenke and Rob Hartley. John Allen's strategy card for this one isn't going to reward him with any positions. It'll still be interesting to see whether he'll get to the end. Also, of course,
Never
Thursday.
know.
Yeah, Thursday we've got the return of the BSRTC. It's back for another year. I said during the World GT Series that it's going to take its toll on the drivers and on the commentary box, and of course, Alex Simpson's going to be in the car, so all the more reason to watch.
Yeah, I mean, are you doing the season opening round?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and do them all if I can.
We were debating earlier whether Alex is a pro-am or not.
Yeah, exactly. Surely I must be a complete rookie.
You've got to be an AM driver, haven't you?
Got to be an AM.
If some of them are AM drivers, you've got to be one.
Yeah, I'm totally with it. Did they not see me at Le Mans?
Got that rubbish out. I know. I spent more time flying through the air than anything else.
Exactly. If that's not amateurish driving, I don't know what is.
You quarter panelled someone. Yeah. All sorts of things going on that should be going on.
The commentary box where we've got the most incidents a race driver here with yours truly.
You've got the one who causes the start line pile-ups. That's me. Then the one who goes flying through the air. So yeah, we're great here. Right here. Having said that, though, the be a good season. You do realise, Adam, we're going to get accused of real bias here this season.
Oh, definitely.
And it'll be true.
We get accused of everything, don't we? We've had it all.
I know we do. Finger gets pointed at us for we just open our mouth and somebody eyes foul on that one. But yeah, BSRTC. It's always a big day when that comes round. It's always a big occasion.
And great looking paint schemes as well. I was having a look at some of the liveries for this season.
2018 season shaping up to be fantastic. As
David
is.
Payton is into the pits.
Finally.
2018 edition of the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, and David Payton, their car 64, pulling into the pit box to attempt to get what he can out of this race. What do you think he's going to come out, Alex, looking at the map? What do you think?
It's hard to tell actually. I haven't looked while he's away. I think
18.8.
Well, he's going to come out sort of around Iannucci. So I don't know who else is around there in his class.
Well, yeah, Iannucci and Vegas have gone through. Thomas has gone through as well. Payton, he might have got ahead of list, has he?
Yeah, fourth place. Yeah, ahead of list.
Good from
Comfortably.
him. Nice. From David, who started in, I think it was 5th he started.
Foreman's into the pits as well. Just then, that's his first visit into the pits. So those two drivers have really used their fuel well to get that far into the race with just over a quarter of an hour to go. What's the gap at the front then? Haven't checked in on that in a while. It's 1.3 seconds between Mike Dam and Aero Nom. Nom was quicker by half a second on that lap, so he got the pace. He was the only driver to get into 2 minutes in the qualifying session, so I wonder if we'll be starting to see that as we approach the closing stages of this one.
I found a magic button. Let's see the gaps as well.
Found a button.
Well, I found a button that works now. I was pressing one that wasn't working earlier. So. But I say lots to learn here.
Just press the controls blindly until they let you go.
You know what it's like though, until you physically use something, you know, it's all very well doing it in a test environment, but once totally different once you get it get it on track for real.
Doing a good job out there, mate. Doing a good job. But yeah,
let us know what you think, hey guys. You know, it's a bit different. I'm hoping that you quite like the fact that we're separating the classes out and everything else properly now.
You know, like we said, this has all been. You know, this is Pascal, Antoine's dad, is developing on this and completely from scratch. So, no IRTVO, no ARTVO business. It's all his work. It's taken quite a long time, Alex, but he's very impressive, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's only going to get better once we start doing live we've got live qualifying that'll be coming soon as well.
And we'll be able to see the same thing on the track at the same time.
Yeah. So
the option is there now, so it's so close to being up and running. So
you can't control me.
Yeah, some tweaks on the server, and then I'm gonna control everything.
Oh. But yeah, it's gonna be good. And like I said, we're gonna have live qualifying splits, sector times, everything coming. So we're hoping that we can make a big splash with this the whole of the year, right in time for the touring cars as well. It's fantastic opportunity there. Looking at Guali Iannucci as we are, and Vigas Thomas just behind. I don't know if it's the nature of the circuit, Adam, but we haven't seen anybody looking like they're going to make a move over the last few laps.
No, it's been a bit of a stalemate, this one, hasn't it? 15 minutes to go. Seen the odd overtake here and there, but mainly from Kevin Ford, who's had a fantastic race after spinning at Wilson's to get up to sixth position again. Probably been the performance of the race so far, but
not a million miles behind these guys, you know.
No, he isn't. They're just going into the bomb hole now. He's just going through Brundle, so
they're lapping about the same kind of speed.
See on screen, he's about 5.5 seconds back, and obviously they're in a bit of a battle ahead of him, aren't they? So he's got a chance.
Then Wright's another 6 seconds behind Kevin Ford. Davis is reasonably close to them. Pit stop hurt Davis, didn't it? Considering how much work he did in the first stint to get that, to stretch that out, Alex, he just didn't make use of it in the pits at all.
Good. I would have thought they would be quick now with new tyres and stuff like that.
Yeah, the full tyres haven't really paid off.
Whether he's given himself enough time, you know.
2:03.2 on the last lap. Guys who were fighting are doing those sort of times on older tyres, so it's not working for TD, I'm afraid. Maybe, Adam, tyres weren't quite as much of a key as what we thought they might be.
No, even with the demanding corners, yeah, it doesn't seem the wear has been there today. It is a relatively new circuit. It was built in 2011. It was modified in 2011. The Snetterton circuit, so it's not exactly an abrasive surface, and it's not as if we're in Japan with the mysterious Japanese tarmac. So it looks like the two tyres has definitely been the way to go.
We haven't done a guide today, but I wonder, I'm on board with Brian Holmes right now. If one of you guys could take us on board,
yeah, okay,
for a lap and talk us through. I don't know any of the corner names, so I don't know Snetterton.
On board with Brian Holmes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for a lap then. As we go through Murray's, the final corner. On to the front straight we go. Let's get a lap done around this 4.7 kilometre circuit. Over the start-finish line now on the Senna straight. Building up the speed to 180 kilometres an hour as we go into Riches, the first corner. And that's a disaster. That's an awful line by Brian Holmes. That's the Alex Simpson line, I think, going through that first corner of Riches. Then into turn 2. This is Wilson, named after Justin Wilson, who sadly is no longer with us. Now powering out of that, one of the slowest corners on the circuit. Heading into Palmer, named after Jonathan Palmer, the man who owns this circuit. And a few others as well. Yeah, including Brands, Donington, Alton Park and Bedford Autodrome. Now on the way to Agostini, turn 4. Another slow left-hander, and one of the other key overtaking points on the circuit, which there are a few of. Then powering out and going towards Hamilton, 4-time world champion in Formula 1. Going for 5. Go level Fangio, goes very wide there, and I'm sure that's not an off-track, but at Cota it is. Into turn 6, this is Oggies. And then going into turn 7, Williams, named after the Williams team principal, Frank Williams. Now onto the Bentley straight. Running out wide, and This is definitely the fastest part of the circuit on the way towards Brundle at turn 8. The long left-hander. And then turn 9, Nelson. Here's turn 8. This is Brundle here. Very difficult to slow the car down. And then get the car flicked in here to Nelson. Now onto the bomb hole. Thought it was named after a bomb, but it isn't. I'll let your own imaginations to work that one out. Now through Coram, turn 11, and this is where Matt Neal and Plato collided back in 2006. Honda and Seat back then. Speaking of touring cars, good to see Fabrizio Giovinazzi will be racing in the World Touring Car Championship this year. And out of Murray's turn 12. And over the line, and that is a lap here at Snetterton.
Adam, that was good. And yeah, Giovinazzi, one of my favourites. Good to see him back. Still a close battle. We might have one of those famous finishes, the MX-5s that we seem to have nearly every week. Mike Dam and Aeronomics 2 seconds. Gap and Dam, well, Alex, he might have looked into it slightly with the problems for Nom, but he's taken it well afterwards at least.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he was right there, wasn't he, at the start, so Nom couldn't break him, and he hasn't been able to really reel him in either, has he, afterwards, so he got close for a little while, but then sort of managed just to maintain that gap.
Last point on Jonathan Palmer and MSV, Adam, they also own Cadwell.
Ah, yes, for the famous mountain.
Another one,
that's a tough track to do on project cars. I guess every track was. I literally spent about 2 days trying to get a lap done round then. Couldn't, and that was the end of that. I traded the game in after that.
Oh dear, I enjoyed it on Project Cars 1. Yeah, that's. And I've ever tried a bike as well. That's what it's made for, really.
I did do it on a bike, but I can't remember what game it was on. That's
I don't know, because it's not. It should have been on bike games, shouldn't it? Really, but there you go. That's another of Jonathan Palmer's circuits. Got a corner named after him here. What and why not? A lot from British Motorsport. Jonathan Palmer. He was a F1 commentator for the BBC just after the death of James Hunt. 94, I think.
Yeah.
94. Not a great year for motorsport, really, when you think about it. But
I mean, yeah.
Oh, damn! Going off at Riches. Don't think it's affected him too much there. He's only lost a quarter of a second, maybe, hasn't he? Yeah.
The lap times have been ebbing and flowing the last few laps. One lap Dan will have the advantage. The next lap, Aeronom pulls a few tenths back, and on the previous lap it was only just a few hundredths of a second in it. So with 7 minutes to go on a 2-minute lap, we're a few laps away from getting the checker flag here.
Good, isn't it? It's a really, really good, tense motor race, and you're enjoying it here on Apex Racing TV.
Alpha the Mazda still continues. It's almost like a 125, one of the old 125 races, or a Moto 3 race, isn't it? Holmes, Schwenke and Hartley, or mirroring the MotoGP race we had at Qatar on Sunday.
Hartley managing to get back to this group again.
Yeah, incident involving cars 95 and 29 under review. That's Patrick Previnus, and 95, that is one of the Mustangs, I believe. That's Russell Ruddock. Didn't see what happened. I was trying to find it in the replays, but came to nothing. So we will wait and see what the stewards say on that and let you know. Here comes
oh, look at this.
Yeah, here come the Mustangs.
Here comes trouble. No, Alex, it's definitely a chance for somebody to make a big move here, isn't it, in this traffic?
Yeah, well, you got three Mustangs that we were watching, and then the MX-5s as well. So who knows? This is critical time of the race as well. You need to make sure you get it right here, don't you?
The Mazdas, you see, looking stronger than the Mustangs through Coram and Murray's. Then onto the main straight, Adam, and now the Mustangs will unleash that V8 power. Really getting massively close though. But again, this is for the last step of the podium in the Mustang category, and it is for the victory, the MX-5. So drivers, I think, will be trying to use this. It might be their final opportunity to get a move done really here. Oh, and off goes Vigus. Very squirrely, and up the inside, flying up the inside is Thomas. That's a great move into Wilson.
Brilliant. I was just about to say that we had just seen an overtake, and that was Travis Davis getting up a position. But yeah, fantastic move by Thomas up the inside into Wilson. Timed that to perfection, and not too many overtakes have been seen today, and we just saw one there.
Now starting to really get in amongst the MX-5s. Not at all what Holmes, Hartley and Svenke wanted.
Oh,
Fantastic move by Thomas though, Alex. It really was important for him. Make his presence felt.
Yeah, just
PD versus Leon Wright are very close as well. Have we still got a commercial break to do, Alex? With
well, it's a bit. I'm afraid it's a bit late now. I think just been a little bit distracted with everything that's gone on tonight. So apologies to the Ricmotech guys for that. But,
yeah, we don't want to have an ITV moment where we take a break and come back with a lap to go.
Yeah, I can still feel the anger about that.
Just to touch on Thomas some more there. Sorry, it was a very one-word answer from you, but I think you want to do that as well because he's got himself back up into 4th position, which is where he qualified. So he's you know, a dead even for the net gain and loss today. We've got that graphic showing and working correctly now as well. So it's amazing what you can do when you know when you figure out the right buttons to press.
The determined move, though, it really was.
Yeah.
Whitworth up 3 as well. He's getting the most places in the top 10.
I mean, the top
started in P12.
Yeah, and actually top in the whole class. The highest is up 3. Quite surprising, isn't it? You know.
Iannucci's now got a little bit of breathing space. 3rd.
Mike Dam, who's on what will probably be the penultimate lap of the race. His last win was round 5 of the championship. This is round 10 now. So winless in 5. Unless that could change today. His last win was at Laguna Seca and picked up wins. Well, pretty much dominated the entire first half of the season. Won at Daytona, won at Kota, won at Ricmotech, and won at Laguna Seca as well. And as things stand, Aero Nom, who was quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying, hasn't been able to hold a candle to him since that issue for him early on. That being said, he is still within touching distance if Mike Dam makes an error with 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, not completely unheard of. Unlikely, but it can happen. We've seen it before. But Nom and Dam this season, when they've been in front, very, very strong. And Nom will be gutted, really, Alex, if that ends up costing him the win, that little moment that he had.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's looking more and more like it's going to, doesn't it?
Yeah. For them. Oh, Svenke, wow. He just held on to that one. Nearly an absolute goner. Get that back on the replay, Alex.
This will be the penultimate lap, by the way. Mike Dam's crossed the lap with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, so we will get 2 more laps in. This now means that Brian Holmes leads, doesn't it? Svenke now 2nd and Hartley still in 3rd place.
Still going to be close. Given Holmes that little bit of space again. Managed the race, managed the last couple of laps. Nom is right there now, trying to unleash the pace that put him on pole position. Put him on pole by 0.7 of a second. Do on the final lap about Mike Dam. Svenke or Hartley do about Brian Holmes.
Into
They're in
Agostini.
the real pressure point now, Adam.
Yeah. Agostini after Giacomo Agostini. Winningest driver in MotoGP, is he?
Or potentially.
Don't
Don't know my bikes as well as I do my cars. He's won a lot of titles in MotoGP, I believe. Yeah, world champion in 500 cc's. Not more than 500 cc's in these Mustangs. So it's well over a 3-litre V8 here. Oh! Oh, the traffic in the way. And that's exactly what we saw. Saw that in Virginia, didn't we? With well, we saw that in the Mazdas with McIntyre the other day.
Kevin Ford's has definitely helped close things up. We've got 5 seconds to go. We are going to get one more lap in as Dam and Nom cross the line. So when these Mazdas get to the line, they'll be getting the white flag too.
The lap traffic was Chris Torman. Yeah, he caused real issues there for the leaders. Managed to negotiate him. It's getting close between the MX-5s as well. I don't really know where to look, Alex. It's getting so close.
No, it's crazy at the moment. Nothing between them right now. It's just a change position. So Hartley into second.
Travis is trying to defend this one.
The inside takes it back.
Have to defend it again into Wilson. Very late on the brakes.
Perfect for home. Exactly what he wants them to do.
Manages to hold it. Dom's dropped back a tiny bit, Adam.
Still not over, is it? You can see the brake discs glowing there on the Ford Mustang of Nom there going through Oggies, now through Williams.
Not going to have many more chances though, is he?
Oh, he's right mess of that. So unless any traffic gets in the way, it should be Mike Dam's first victory in quite a while.
Didn't get such a bad run out of corner, but the Brundle and Nelson. Dam looks a bit conservative, but it'd be right to be. Just needs to make it to the end here. Nom chasing hard, then through final couple of corners. Oh, Dam! He's made a nice line there, Mike Dam. In the end, the final corner he comes. The checkered flag is out, and it flies for Mike Dam. Picks up the win here at Snetterton. Second for Norman. What's going to happen between the Mazdas, Adam?
Coming into the bomb hole now. Ryan Holmes continues to lead. There's a Mustang out of fuel.
Oh,
that is Clint Vigus.
Oh, Vigus.
Oh dear. Well, he took 4 tyres, so he should have fueled the car up anyway. And that's a disaster.
Crimping on the gas. The gas prices obviously are affecting everybody.
And that's Ford up to 5th, by the way. He's gained 2 positions after spinning at Wilson.
Brian Holmes
wins.
Yes, Brian Holmes. Good driving from him, and he really took control of that one late on and did the business. And for his team, Schrenke in second, Hartley in third.
Oh, he's not going to make
it. No. Not going to be for him, is it?
Down to 10th now. That's Katila going through.
Going to be last on the lead lap, isn't he? 13th.
Anyone on the lead lap?
Brooks is still running.
Russell Ruddock is on the lead lap.
Monaghan is as well.
Oh, no chance. He's at 5k. He's down to 4.
He just needs to hope that somebody smashes him by accident. He might get there. Boyd versus Rubin. They get a very close finish. That's for Rubin ahead of Boyd, 6th place. Sad and sorry end for Vigus after
winning last week.
Fantastic end to last week's race. Yeah, it's not gone well for him at all. And well, that's how it goes. Alex, should we take a break now and then come back for the interviews?
Yeah, let's do that. Makes sense.
We'll do that. We'll be back in 2. Welcome back to Snetterton and post-race show here, Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Got the final finishing order, and Adam, if you can bring us that, please.
Definitely, yeah. Mike Dam wins then, his first win, as we were saying during the show, since Laguna Seca. Aero and arm, fastest all day, apart from where he mattered in the race. Just that, whatever that was. Hopefully we might hear from him, but yeah, I don't know what it was that caused it, and it meant that he lost the lead and lost the race. It was as simple as that. Pasquale Iannucci finishing in third, fourth for Stephen Thomas, and Kevin Ford, brilliant fight back from him, getting fifth place on the last lap after Clint Vargas ran out of fuel. TD Travis Davis in sixth, seventh Leon Wright, eighth for Brandon Whitworth, ninth Matthew Katila, 10th Russell Ruddock, 11th for Mike Monaghan, 12th for Scott Brooks, and in the end Clint Vargas finishing in unlucky 13th, one lap down after running out of fuel a few corners from home. Brian Holmes wins on home soil as well. Second for Travis Fenke, third for Rob Hartley, fourth for the Canadian David Payton, fifth is Jim List, sixth for Zachary Rubin, seventh for Joe Boyd, then finishing in eighth place is scroll down, please. Then it's Johnny Fike, Jeff Jacobs, John Allen, 2 laps down in the end. So I don't know what happened to John Allen actually during that one. Then Chris Torman, Edgar Sanchinelli, Michael Key, and then Patrick Provenus was involved in a few bits of contacts and ended up finishing 3 laps down in 27th place in the end.
We will normally bring you up like a fancy results graphic, but for some reason it's not working. So I think it's actually because I was rushing. We have to put the pre-race championship points in to be able, because the results actually work out the championship standings as well, and so without the pre-race points, it doesn't bring our results up. So that's something that I have to do. I just need to confirm that with Pascal, but yeah, so apologies, guys. But, I've definitely given him a little list of things. I've been typing away on Facebook to him, so I'm sure he's been loving me binging him all through the night while he's asleep.
Annoyance notwithstanding, we've got some drivers to speak to in the interview room, and we've got no better place to start than with Mike Dam. And Mike, well, congratulations on the win. Hard fought one. Qualifying obviously didn't go your way, but then after that it seemed like you had a bit of the it was St. Patrick's Day recently, and you had a bit of the look of the Irish almost on your side.
Yeah, it was a good race. I didn't have a lot of practice time, and it was kind of a new track to me, so I didn't really wasn't really getting it there in quali and practice. So luckily at the start of the race, Eero had a problem there. I was able to slip by him, and I was pretty much just lucky. I had a lot of traffic that was in my favor, and that kind of was the only reason I won.
What was your sort of thinking behind the strategy? Because we saw some drivers take 4 tyres. It didn't really seem like it was much benefit for them. You took 2 tyres. Not a lot of difference really out there.
Well, I think with a full set of tires, after 2, 3, or 4 laps, you're down already 1.5 seconds from your optimal times there. So I don't think taking a full set is worth an extra 11 or 12 seconds in the pit. I don't think you're going to gain that back on track. So
no, and I think it was a tough battle at the end, especially with Aero being very, very quick in the last part of the race, but managed to just hold on, and he did it for the first win in 5 races. And well, I must give you a lift going into the next round in Sonoma.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take what I can get, but it still wasn't a very good race for me. I think Eero's going to come out with more points here, so yeah, it's not looking good for me. I think Eero's pretty much got it locked down. He's gonna have to have some real bad races, and I'm gonna have to have some 40+ point nights here.
Well, Mike, if you continue to drive like that though for the rest of the season, I think you'll still be well and truly in with the chance. Who do you want to thank then, and who can you give a shout out to tonight?
Not just all the drivers tonight for making it clean and being fair. Also to the admins, Kevin and Jeff, for putting it on. They do a great job.
All right, well, thanks very much, Mike, for joining us in the commentary box. And Adam is with Aaron Om, second place man.
Maybe.
He isn't. Alex?
Aaron, welcome to the booth, mate. How you doing?
I'm good.
We were guessing somewhere during the race there you had a bit of the sim froze, or maybe like the S-bar went crazy on you. What happened? Because you disappeared and then you reappeared where you left, and unfortunately that put you a few seconds back.
Yeah, the screen went black and actually it went from full screen to the Windows mode, so that was the issue.
Ugh.
Yeah, but
well, you did well to get it back going pretty quickly. Did you carry on racing in Windows mode, or did you just alt and enter it straight away?
No, in the Windows mode it would take like 5-6 seconds to go back. So the race was Windows mode, but I was lucky it was a slow corner, and I think the pedals still work. So I went to the brakes, and I had to see how close Mike was and how he got by me. But yeah, that was very lucky.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is, on our screen you actually disappeared completely as well. So I don't know if Mike could actually see you. Can I just throw that question back to Mike at that point?
No, I didn't see him. He all of a sudden disappeared and appeared 3 seconds behind me. So that's kind of a weird glitch. I didn't know that would happen unless there's like a network issue.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, I guess in a way, we're just fortunate that you didn't. There wasn't contact and it didn't like totally ruin your race there, because yeah, that might have been the luck that Mike needed. But yeah, looks like Lady Luck was on your side today, and although you couldn't get back and get the win, you made a damn good effort at trying to.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I was just trying to get back, but I was trying to stay in the 0 incidents. That's pays more points than winning, so Mike winning. Yeah. So that was pretty hard to chase and be safe on the incidents.
Yeah, and for the sort of the spectators watching it as well. So Mike, it's showing here on my overlay that he had about 12, but I had to reset it a little bit during the race. So
it's 11.
Well, there you go. And yeah, no, I'm showing you as 0. So congrats.
Yep, yeah, I knew I ruined it a little bit into the race, so nothing I can do about that after that point.
So what's the plan for the rest of the season, Aero? What's your mindset now? You obviously heard Mike in here just a moment ago. Really, who knows what he needs? Some good luck and some good fortune. What's your plan for the rest of the season?
I think the same, just whatever track comes. I don't even know what track there are, but and little practice here and there, and yeah, just the same. Stay safe in the incidents, collect those bonus points.
Awesome stuff. Right, well, before we let you go then, who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks you guys and league admins and sponsors.
Short and sweet. Thanks very much. Back to you, Andrew.
Right, well, actually, that's pretty much it then for tonight.
Yeah, no one else is coming for a chat.
No one else has turned up for a chat, so I think we will take the opportunity to get an early night. Thank you, everybody, for watching once more in the Ricmotech Sports Car Series here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse from Alex Simpson and Adam Bath. It's good night from us. We will see you, well, very shortly for more action here on the channel.